Hello guys, how are you doing? This is Kaimul. You are welcome to my channel with new tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make this animated skill bar using React.js. We're going to use SASS for styling. You know already SASS is a CSS extension and it's very easy to use. So before jumping into code, let's explore what we are going to build today. This is what we're going to learn and build today. So if I refresh browser, skill bar animating and displaying percentages of skill we have completed so far. I have used two components to make this whole app. This is whole apparent component, and inside the parent component, this is a child component. So this is small child component make this whole component. So this is called component composition, and I have used some icon here, which I have imported from React icon library. And this app is very responsive as well. If I minimize the browser, it is responding with breakpoint we set. So it's very responsive. So let's dive into code. I open my VS Code and browser side by side, and I have created a React app. I name it as a skill bar, and inside the React app, I have cleaned all unnecessary folder. And inside the public folder, there is an index.html, and inside the index.html, I have imported this link from Google font. I'm using a font family as a Montserrat, and I have created some basic style here. I have reset default margin and padding given by browser, and box size in border box, and I'm using a font family as a Montserrat and sans serif, and text transform capitalized. So whenever we type something on the body, it will be capitalized automatically, so we don't need to worry about small letter and capital letter. So inside the source folder, I have created one component folder, and inside the component folder I have created another folder as a skill bar, and inside the skill bar I have created another two folder. One is for a parent, one is for child. Inside the parent, I have created one parent component as a parent.js, and one file for styling, parent.scss. And inside the child folder, I have created one component that is child.js, and one file for styling. And I have created another style sheet for app.js here, and I have created one data component for data. So inside the data, I have created one array of objects, and I have created 5 objects here, and every object got unique ID and the icon and skill bar name and what percentage we've done already. So there is a 5 object. Later I'm going to export this data into our parent.js. So and I have on the top I have imported some icon here from React icons, and it's actually font awesome icon. So if I go to the packet.json, you can see React icon I have already installed, and SASS for styling I have already installed. So if let's start from app.js. So inside app.js is all empty. So we're going to all component is empty. So we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to start from app.js, and I'm typing array appcd, and it will give the one template. So inside this app component, I'm taking one div with class name of app, and inside the app div, I'm taking one h1 tag with class name heading. Inside the heading, I'm typing skill bar. Now I'm going to style app component. So class name is app. I'm giving some width, 100p width, height 100p h, and I'm saying display flex direction column, justify content center, align item center. And I'm taking h1 heading class name, and I'm giving margin bottom 5 rem, and I'm taking one color, and I'm taking border bottom 1 pixel solid. So I can't see anything right now here. So because I didn't import it here, so importing app.scss. So now I can see here. So it's finished. Now I'm going to parent.js and I'm typing rfce. I'm taking one class name, one div with class name container, and inside the container I'll import child component later, but I'm going to style this one now. So inside the parent.css, so I'm taking the container and display flags direction column, then background color. I'm giving some width, 60 view width. I'm saying height auto, and I'm giving padding 2 rem. So, and I'm giving some border radius. Border radius say 10 pixel. So if I refresh, I can't see anything here because I didn't import. So importing CSS here, import parent.scss. Now refresh. I can't see anything here because I didn't import here. So I'm going to import now this parent component. If I this one, now I can see here. See, I can see here. Now I'm going to the child component. So I'm typing rfce. So I'm taking one class name here with child. Inside this child div, I'm taking another. See, if you look at here, this is a whole one div, and inside the div this is the content. So I divided this content into 2 parts. One is the left side, one is the right side. Inside the right side, I divided it into 3 parts. So this is HTML is 1, and inside this bar there is 2 div. One is a coloring one, another one is a this one. Okay. So inside the child div, I'm taking another div as a content. Inside this content, I'm taking another div with 2 div, with one is the left. So inside the left, I'm taking one icon, FA HTML5. Just I'm clicking here, it's imported automatically. And inside this div, so I'm taking another div with right RGHT. Right, inside the right, I'm taking another inside the right, I'm giving one name. Is it HT? I'm saying HTML. Another div I'm taking with the skill bar. Inside the skill bar, I'm taking another div with the progress. So inside the progress, I'm taking one span and giving just percentage or 90%, whatever. Now I can't see anything right now here because I didn't import this one. So I'm going to import here the child component. GH. So by clicking here, you can see. You can see now. Okay, so now I'm going to styling the child component. So I can close this. I can close this. So I'm taking child. Inside the side, I'm taking the left. And inside the left. I'm sorry, I'm taking content first. In this content, I'm saying display flags. So I can't say anything because I didn't import. Putting CSS here. So display flags, align item center, and justify content center. Okay. Now I'm taking left div. Inside the left, I go one SBC. So I'm giving font size 3 rem, and I'm giving field property. I'm saying just giving one color. His name is E34C26. Now I'm going to this left. Inside outside this left, I'm going to RIGHT. Right, inside the right. So right, this one right, okay. So I'm giving width is it 50 view it, and same display flex direction column, and then item flex stopped, and justify content center, and I'm saying margin left 1 rem. Okay, now this is what I can see now. Now I'm going to study the H1. This H1 I'm saying font size 1 rem. Then I'm giving font weight bold, and margin bottom just 5 pixel. And this is what I can see right now. Now I'm going to start this skill bar. I'm giving width, I say 100%. 100% of what? 100% of right is 50 pivot, so 100%. I'm giving some height, say 20 pixel. And I can say border radius 20 pixel as well. Sorry, this one should be like this, shouldn't be like this. So border radius 20 pixel. And I'm giving some background color, BG color, I say E6, E1 DC. Border 1 pixel, so it's in gray, and I'm giving some padding say 0.2 rem, so I can say like this. So I'm taking now progress. So I'm giving, say I'm saying display flex, align item center, justify content flex end. I'm saying overflow hidden. Now I'm giving one background color. Then I can see. Then I'm giving border radius, say 20 pixel. Should be border radius or background repeat. Border radius 20 pixel. So I can see like this. Now I'm going to start spin. Inside this progress mode there is a spin. I take. So I'm giving line height 20 pixel. Font size 0.8 rem. Say font weight bold, and color white, and margin left say 0.3 rem. So this is what we can see right now. Now is that one component is finished. So if I go to parent.js, if I copy this component 5 times, just this one, I can see something like this. Okay, so there is a it's very close. So I'm going to inside the parent, set up so inside the child. So I'm saying margin bottom 1 rem. I can see like this. Okay, so now it's time to now it's time to bring our using our data from here. So this is we're going to use now. So we're going to see the 5 different component here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 different component here. So you're going to in parent.js we're going to import this data from skill data.js. So what I'm going to bring now, these items. Okay, these items I'm going to bring. I'm going to importing this item. Importing items. So just if I click this one here, it's here now. Now I'm going to use item.map, items.map I'm going to call the function here, return. Just I'm copying this one child from here, and I'm going to comment all. So I'm going to name, there's a 5 now. When you use the map, you have to use the key equal to item, key equal to, so item dot id. So what we also going to bring, we're going to bring icon, scale and percentages. So icon is equal to item dot icon. We're going to bring scale is equal to, item dot scale, and I'm going to bring percentages equal to item dot percentage. Now we're going to use this prop in the child component. So this is the parent component. So from parent component, child component, we're going to pass this prop to the child component. Okay, so inside the child component, so taking the prop, taking child component, take icon from parent, with the scale, take percentage. Now we don't need to use this icon here. I will use this just icon dynamically. So see, now I'm going to change now icon here. Now here I don't want to write HTML, I'm going to write scale. Now all name is changed now. Now here I do not want to use this. I want to use percentage. Now all percentages are changed now. Okay. So if you see here, it's 90%, 80%, 70%, 80%, 90%. So here all change. So our app is almost finished. Is static. It's not dynamic yet. So now it's time to make it functional. Another thing I want to mention here, look at this HTML, CSS3, JavaScript, React, Vue, all color is same, but we have a different logo and different icon. Color should be different as well. So I'm going to child CSS. I'm going to change the color now. So look at here, this is one component, this is another component. So this is all different component. Okay, so how can I change this color? So this is component and this is second component. So I need to select the component first, then inside the component there is one tip. That means if I go to here, see component, this is a div, this is child div, first component, and inside this there is a first div, it's a left, and first child, inside the first child I have to select this icon. So icon is a SVG, actually is a SVG image. So this icon I have to select. That means I have to go to the second component and first child. In the second component, this is the first child. I have to select inside the first child what color I want to change, SVG. So if I go here, so this is the child, I mean parent. So I want to select this parent, should be in the bottom. So I want to select here. So I'm selecting parent first, then I'm selecting second component. First component I don't need to and child. So second component. Okay, select. Now I have to select first div. Now I'm selecting the first child. Then what inside the first child, what I want to change, SVG color. Okay. Now I'm saying when you want to change the SVG color, you have to use the fill property. So I'm giving one color name. I collected this color from internet, 264 DE4. So see our color now. This is the CSS3 icon color is now changed. So similarly, I have to So similarly I have to change the all color. So I need to select third component, third child, and first tip as basic color, fourth component, fifth component. So this is how I'm gonna change. So I'm going to just copy paste. So I just copy paste here. So now also I select third component and first child as basic, it change, and fourth component first dip as basic, it change. Okay, so this is now different color, look nice as well. Now it's time to make it functional. So at the moment width is I use the 100%, but this is what I don't this is not what I want. I want this 90% should be 90%, this 80% should be 80%, this is 70 should be 70%. So it's not 100, it's all now 100%. So in the child component, this width I set here is a, see this progress, this color one is a progress tip. I set the width 100%, so I'm going to set the width 0. So it's all width now 0. And to make this animation, I'm going to use the transition as well. Transition with say 0.5 seconds. Now it's time to make. I'm going to in child.js. I'm going to use the now with a 0. Now I need to set the style for this. So I'm going to use the useState. Say style. Set style. useState. At the moment is null. Now I need to define here. Now our useState is defined now. Now what happened? If you check here, see when I refresh, bar is animating. I'm not clicking anything, so it happened automatically. So because I use the setTimeout, when you use the setTimeout, so what setTimeout do? The setTimeout will execute a function or piece of a code in a specific time. A specific time means we have to set the time. Say within 2 seconds, it will be animated. So and setTimeout, what they do, that we execute the function with this time, and will it will happen only once. I'm taking using setTimeout. So it's a callback function. I'm calling now a specific time here. Say 1000 millisecond. That means 1 second. So what setTimeout do now? Whatever inside the setTimeout is could be function, could be piece of a code. So it will execute after 1000 millisecond. So and it will execute only once. Okay. So but there is another one, set interval. What set interval do is same things here, but set interval, this setTimeout, they execute the function after 1 second. I mean 1000 millisecond. If is set interval here, what they're gonna do, they will execute the function every 1 second. So this is the difference between setTimeout and set interval. So setTimeout execute the function after 1 second. I mean this is the time we set. If in the case of set interval, it will execute the function every 1 second. So it will repeat it repeatedly. It will execute the function. So we don't need repetition here. We need only one. So we're using setTimeout here. So inside the setTimeout, we're going to use the inline style. So inline style is taking object. So we're taking one object here. Constant say new style. So it's time to now I'm going to set our opacity and width. So opacity equal to 1 and width. Now there is one thing I need to mention. Say width is 2, whatever. Now if I go to console.log and log the new style. Now I can go inspect. See, this is the object, and opacity 1, width is 2. So if I say width is 2 person is not defined. So what I want to say here, in inline style, everything we have to put inside the string. We can if we don't want to use the string, it need to be, our unit need to be pixel. If is a pixel, we don't need to use a string. But without pixel, anything else, we have to use string. So here, 1, I didn't mention the pixel, but it will count as a pixel. Is 2 is a count as a pixel. So we don't need to use the unit. Apart from pixel, if I say RAM, true RAM, is not gonna define. See? So only pixel we're gonna define. So now in this case we have to use the percentage. So say our 100%. So it's not going to define. Now what I need to do, I have to use the string here. Now see, is defined now. Now our opacity 1 with is 100%. So only pixel we don't need to use the string. Apart from pixel, everything we have to use inside the string. Now is 100%. We use 100% and console log here. So we don't want 100% here. If we look at here, this is 90%, 80%, 70%, 80, whatever set. This is what we need. So if we use 100%, it will be 100%. We don't need here. So what we're going to use here in our skill set, we set out the percentage. So this is the reference we're going to use. So we're going to use here percentage. So this percentage we will use. But if you go to the console log, see, this is the object and percentage is at 90%. And another object percentage is 80%. Another object percentage is 70%. Is working now. We use a percentage here. This new style is set. Now our set style. Set style equal to new style. If I go here, we can't see anything right now. So we want to see our new set style is a new style. That means our style is ready. Now we're going to put the reference here. Style. Equal to style. See, now look at here. We see only percentage. That means this percentage has a value, and this value should display here. But value is not displaying because this percentage has a value. This value is not evaluating. So inside the object, if inside the object, and there is a string. If you want to evaluating any value of a string inside the object, we have to use the template literal. Template literal, what they do? They use backticks, and inside the backticks there is a $sign and one placeholder. Inside the placeholder there's expression. So whatever we put inside the expression is going to evaluate or work as a function. So this percentage, if we display, we put percentage now it should be displaying. Look at here. That means this percentage before, when you use inside the string, is not evaluating because this person has a value but inside the string. So inside the string, if you want to evaluate any value, any string, we have to use backticks. Now it's evaluating. Now it's working. So now it should be fine. Look at here. It's now whenever we refresh, it's working. But there is one problem. What is the problem? See how many times it's rendering here. When you refresh once, and it's going rendering again and again, there is unlimited. So because we use the set timeout, whenever we use the set timeout, we need to clear the timeout after certain times. So we need some condition to clear the timeout. So there's no condition we used, so we cannot use the clear timeout here. So what we need to do to stop this repetition? Because what will happen, we can't, anything we see here, we can't noticing, if we don't go to the console log, we can noticing any repetition here, because it's only whenever we refresh, it's rendering once. But inside the browser is rendering again and again. Look at here, it's rendering again and again. So what will happen after certain times, our apps will be collapsed. going to stop working. So to stop this one, there is one way is a clear timeout, and we need some condition to do this, but there is no condition. So what other method we have? So we have one method is called useState. I mean useEffect. So what will happen if you use the useEffect? Let's have a look. So if you use the useEffect here, so this all things we are going to put inside the useEffect, and we give the one dependency. Dependency is here percentage. So there is error because we didn't put this useEffect here. It should be gone. Now look at here. If we refresh, see now what happened here. So when you refresh, only 5 times. Again, I refreshing. See, only 5 times. We have 5 components, so it rendering only 5 times. That's it. No repetition now. So this is the benefit of using useEffect. What that do? Whenever percentage change, it will be render once. Whenever percentage change, it will render again. So this is the useEffect. That's why we use the useEffect. If you don't use the useEffect, it will rendering again and again. Our apps will be collapsed. Now look at here. It's not repeating again and again. So far we finished. Now it's time to make it responsive. So one thing here, you see when I refresh, after one is waiting 1000 millisecond, and is after millisecond is waiting 1000 millisecond, and after 1 millisecond is animating, because I indicate that 1000 millisecond here. If you say 2000 millisecond, it will be animating after, it will wait 2000. So I don't need to 2000. I'm saying 1000. Okay, you can use whatever you want. So it's time to now responsive. Make it responsive now. Look at here. If it doesn't look nice, okay, so I'm going to in parent.css in this container. I said with 60 view width. Okay, so I'm saying it max width is a mobile 520 pixel. I want to say width should be 90 view width. So if you look at here, say width is 90 view width now. So still there is a room. If I go to the child.css, and same things in here. If I say, so it's look nice now. So it's working perfect now. It's fine now. So whenever I go, it's responding breakpoint we set. So that's it, guys. This is what for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you found this tutorial useful, please subscribe my channel and give me a chance to grow. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching.